Morning, and thank you so much, Senator and Amy. And I'm overjoyed and overwhelmed by how many people have shown up to talk this morning. And I met with so many folks from INRAD this morning who are just really here for all the right reasons, to work hard every single day and to just do right by our community. And it was really an honor. And Rabbi, it's wonderful to be here. I appreciate it. Chief, when I lost the chief, he's here somewhere. I really appreciate him being here as well, and all law enforcement. Senator, not only was that a wonderful introduction, but I appreciate you standing with me today and for standing up for the people of New Jersey every single day. And for working across the aisle, as you said, which is sort of what your ethos is all about, and people have seen that from you, and it's why you're so beloved. Because you want to find common ground on critical issues and bring people together. And you've proven already that we can get things done if you do that. And so I think we all owe you an enormous debt of gratitude, and thanks for coming home. And County Clerk Hogan is here, and the mayor is here, and I'm hugely appreciative. And of course, our great freeholder is here as well, and Freeholder Sullivan, and you've also just been a tireless advocate of working folks, and we all owe you a debt of gratitude. Amy, I'm honored to be here at INRAD, not because of just what you're doing to create jobs and expand economic opportunity in our state and in this entire industry, but on as a personal note, as a father of a little girl, that's you. I want to thank you for what you're doing to set an example for young women. For you too, Ben. And for the importance of STEM education. And for proving that no dream is out of reach, including being CEO of a world-class company. It's remarkable that right here in Bergen County, and I just learned this months ago when you sent me a tweet, and I responded right away saying, whoa, and I looked into the company, I said, this is just incredible. You've retooled a manufacturing plant here, and you've created technology that's helping protect our military. Those are on the front lines for us and our country. And the steps you're taking on Homeland Security to prevent us from a nuclear attack. And I think that is just so exciting that it's here, and it's the kind of innovation we need. And the folks that I met this morning, I met with a group of people who work this morning. Good to see you again. And I just think what came away from that was they too just want the best for their children. And they want the great American dream as well. They love raising their family here, and that's why I chose to come here to announce that I'm running for Congress, because I can think of absolutely no better place that captures the spirit of what we need. I also want to thank my mom and my dad's here, and for his and my mom's unconditional love, and my brilliant and beautiful wife, that's Marla in the front, for being the best mom to our two wonderful children. Ellie, my 6-year-old going on 16, and Ben, my little boy. Ellie reminds me every single day that she was the one who actually pushed me over the line to run for Congress. So it's your fault, Ellie. So and Ben also. I've learned that trick now, being a parent. I've spent the last year traveling this district, listening and talking to folks, people in diners, not far from here, and at soccer games, meeting with small and big business owners, first responders, and teachers. People like so many moms and dads work incredibly hard every day to give their kids the opportunity and a shot at the American dream. That's really what they want. Like me, people love living here in New Jersey and raising their family here. They want their kids to have the best schools with great teachers and grow up in safe communities that are clean, and they want access to good-paying jobs. They want fewer potholes and safer roads and trains that break down less so they can get home and kiss their kids goodnight. They believe in equal pay for equal work and want to pay less in taxes at all levels and want less red tape to open and operate a business. And when they grow old, they want to know their Social Security check, which they worked very hard all their lives for, will be there, and that Medicare will be available to them. They believe in opportunity for all, but they also respect responsibility and hard work from all. And when it comes to their public officials, they want leaders who lift everyone up. Not those who divide us because of how much money we make or who they love or because of their gender or religion. They want someone who stands by their fire and police officers and EMTs and our vets who, when they go off to war and come home, want to know that someone will protect our country's interests and that we will stand by them when they return. And they want someone who stands strong against terror and the likes of Al-Qaeda and ISIS. And they want us to stand strong with our friends against enemies around the world in the most uncertain regions, friends like Israel. More than anything, I heard that people are sick and tired of the partisan bickering. I mean, you just watch what's been going on at the national level, and there's just so much yelling and nastiness that folks see on TV and the papers and online. They want their leaders, and I know I want this, to start acting like grown-ups and doing what we all have to do every day and what I learned working in the business world. You got to sit at that table, start acting like grown-ups, get things done, even with people you don't always agree with, because it's about working through the differences and moving the ball forward. And most of all, I've heard loud and clear that they want a new member of Congress, a congressman who will work hard and solve problems instead of creating them, who will have their backs here in New Jersey, not worry about fighting for some national Tea Party agenda. That's why I'm very proud today to announce that I'm running for Congress in New Jersey's 5th District. I'm running for Congress because I think we need somebody here in the 5th District who will bring a get-things-done approach to Washington. Someone who will be pro-business and pro-family. Someone who is smart and tough. Someone who's fiscally conservative but also socially progressive. Someone who will actually bring people together, regardless of what party they belong to, and will work to create jobs, invest in our future, and stand up for Jersey values. That's what people here are looking for. And the truth is, a lot of the folks I've talked to, many of them proud, lifelong Republicans, have come to realize that we just don't have that kind of representation here in the 5th District, and that it's time for a change. Scott Garrett isn't pro-family. He's not pro-business. He's Dr. No. Dr. No to everything. And that no hurts our families here in New Jersey. We need a champion because it's becoming increasingly hard to recruit and keep people and companies in our state, especially here in northern Bergen County. We talked about that this morning. We're losing companies and their employees by the day, including big ones like Mercedes and Benjamin Moore and Hertz, not to mention small businesses like the dry cleaners and restaurants that depend on the traffic from those office parks. Why? Because it's expensive to do business here, unfortunately. It's expensive to live here. The property taxes, the regulations, the corporate taxes, the trains and bus fares all seem to keep going up. And Scott Garrett and his failure to fight for us adds yet another tax. In all, New Jersey has been rated 50th in business unfriendliness. That means dead last, and 45th out of 50 states in terms of cost of living. That's simply unacceptable. Now, it wasn't always this way, and it certainly doesn't have to be this way. We can fix this. I know firsthand how hard it is for businesses in this area, how families are forced to make tough decisions. I grew up about 20 minutes from where I live today and come from a long line of New Jersey small business owners. One of my grandfathers had a small neighborhood grocery store in Jersey City, and my other grandfather, after serving in World War II, returned to open up a sporting goods shop. Joe Torre was Pop-Up's favorite customer, and he always talked about him. My other grandfather, Manny, ran a lumber yard down the Jersey Shore near Asbury Park, where we still love to go in the summers. And just out of high school, my dad started his own business, selling toothpaste and shampoo and Russell Stover candy out of the basement of his house. My great-grandmother, or the boss as he liked to call her, answered the phones. My dad's business grew, and he moved it from West Orange to Fairfield, where I grew up stocking shelves and helping in the warehouse and ringing up customers at the register, back when I could barely see over the store counter. You know, my mom taught elementary school and nursery school, and I had a great education at Grandview and Gould School, and then West Essex Senior High School, which was a public school in North Caldwell. I went to the University of Pennsylvania and Oxford and then Harvard Law School, and we were very, very lucky. I'll never forget that. You know, my grandparents reminded me of it every single day. It wasn't always a straight path, because I had become interested in public service and the ability of elected officials at their very best to do good things, important and meaningful things. Along the way, I learned from the best. I landed a job as a Senate aide for Senator Frank Lautenberg, as an intern for Speaker of the House Tom Foley, and then as a speechwriter for President Bill Clinton. It was a different time back then in Washington. There weren't that many Cory Bookers around. I should say, there weren't that many people who thought like Cory Booker does today. Because it's amazing what's going on right now when you look at the division. my mentors back then, they taught me